Kerrville Weekly News for May 17, 2025. Andrew and Gil are on assignment today, and I'm taking a solo turn. Unfortunately, property tax appraisals are out. They're out in Kerr County and Gillespie County. We're seeing a big jump in property values, so if you've had a big upswing, you should be able to protest your assessment because obviously nobody's buying houses. So this would be a good opportunity for you to protest that assessment. And remember, your protest for this year impacts you down the road. The biggest news of this week in Kerr County and Kerrville was, of course, heat. We had an early season heat wave that hit the entire hill country. We had days at near or over 100. The heat was caused by a ridge of high pressure to the southwest that strengthened and went all the way across the state. In addition to the ridge of high pressure above us, southwestern winds developed and brought dry air across from West Texas. We had heat advisories both in Kerrville and Fredericksburg, and hopefully the heat has peaked, but it reminded us that the lovely weather that we had in May and April is over. And summer is here, so get ready. On a bittersweet note, we report that motorcyclists turned out for the last ride for the Cortez family. And motorcycle riders were called literally from across the state, and they lined up at the Grimes Funeral Chapel on Wednesday morning to honor the members of the Cortez family who were killed in a motorcycle accident and when they were hit by an alleged drunk driver on May 3rd. Riders came to help say goodbye to the Cortez family. The group rode. Cortez family was, of course, on a Top Golf ride in San Antonio when they were struck and killed. Other members of the family were also riding, but they were in different parts. The request blew up like wildfires in an open field within hours. Organizations such as Gunny's Warriors, the local combat veterans, and fallen riders out of San Antonio called to participate. So huge kudos to all of the cyclists who rode in the last ride for the Cortez family. We had a couple of economic developments from our city council in Kerrville. First was the city unanimously okayed development deal with the mall to bring Academy Sports in as a new tenant. Actually, the deal with the mall was to upgrade the mall so Academy would come. And the Kerrville City Council unanimously approved an economic development with River Hills Mall. The mayor, Joe Herring, made clear that the deal is with the mall and it's not with Academy Sports, so the improvements will be for the entire mall. This was protested by a couple of people who spoke against the rebate, arguing it would adversely impact existing business. And they tried to get the city council to be fair, but the new business certainly, unfortunately, will be at the expense of existing businesses. And there's a sporting goods store in the mall, which will probably close as well. Free concert by the river this Friday. So the city invites the community to its third installment of Concerts by the River. It's a Kerrville tradition, and it will be cool enough in the evening. So I hope you can get out and enjoy a free concert on the river at Kerrville. We'll talk to you next week. This is Tom Fox. I hope you enjoyed this edition of the Kerrville Weekly News Roundup. This podcast is a production of the Texas Hill Country Podcast Network. If you've enjoyed this podcast, I hope you will subscribe, rate, and review this podcast wherever great podcasts are listened to. I hope you'll join Gilbert, Andrew, and myself next week where we take a look at some of the top stories from Kerrville and the surrounding Hill Country area. Thanks so much for listening.